Go, Sean.
And with that, good evening, Bobcat Nation. Welcome to another edition of the Bobcat Blitz Sports Update. I'm Sean Kirkpatrick. I'm coming to you live from the Preserve, where tonight we have a very special surprise guest. We're going to get to him in just a moment. We're also going to have our wrap-up series. This time we're going to say goodbye to boys weightlifting. We'll have Coach Ryan on here as well. But first, coming from our StreamYard studio, Mr. John Rawlings. John, how you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I am excited. I've been trying to get this gentleman on our show for quite some time, but we had to wait till the dots, well, the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. He's officially one of us now at Northport High School. Before I get to him, though, John, we're getting that time of the year. We all know it. It's all starting to shut down. We're down to softball. They have a semifinal playoff game up in Riverview, weather permitting. Good luck, ladies. They had a great win last night here. Their last home game of the year was here at the Preserve. They took on Lehigh in the quarterfinal round. Great job there. We have two more events for track and field. They have their regionals this weekend. They're going to Plant City. We have, I want to say, almost 20 individuals and 4 teams, one of our highest ever showings in the regional level. So great chance to keep our winning streak going. We've gone to states about over 20 years now in track and field, so that's a great thing we got going on there. We just had Powder Puff game this last Wednesday.
Oh, nice.
I want to congratulate the juniors, the young ladies. I want to give a big shout out to Miss Noyes, Miss Kinker of SGA. I want to give a shout out to the senior class advisor, Miss Thomas, as well, all the SGA kids. Great job. Our guest tonight didn't realize it's a hazing ritual that you have to be the official for that game. It's a new thing we're starting now. The varsity football coach has to be the official. So I want to give a big shout out to Moe's. A couple days ago, we had a taco night there. It's a big fundraiser for Project Graduation. Project Graduation was also here last night at the Senior Sports Award. They have a beautiful yard sign you can buy for $25. It looks great. It's got block varsity letters about your graduate in there. We'll have more chances for you to buy those. It's not too late to get in on that action. And we want to give a huge shout out to our recipients last night who won their awards at the Senior Sports Award. We want to give the 2 big ones, the Athletes of the Year. Ladies, Caitlin Kohlenberg, 2-sport star. We know her from softball, center fielder. She's going to be playing softball at the college level next year. We also know her at the state title champion in girls weightlifting. Congratulations, Caitlin. No surprise on that recipient. And on the boys' side, Damian Howard, another 2-sport athlete, both with boys basketball. Of course, we know him from track and field, just cruising through the 100 and 200-meter time series. He's our school record holder on that event as well. So lots going on. I know we're wrapping it up, but our next guest, he's just starting up. Come on in here, sir. Our surprise today. Here we go. Coach Devon Gales, how are you, sir?
Good. How you doing, man?
So,
What's
Coach,
happening?
before we get started, I told you off camera, this is the weirdest, the strangest interview I ever had. Can you tell everybody why this is the most strange interview for me?
Yeah, so I had Mr. Kirkpatrick as a teacher when I was in high school, so it's definitely a weird one.
You survived having me.
Yeah, we survived.
Poor Devin, and this goes to what I'm about to talk here in a minute. He had me towards the end of my teaching career. It was an obvious end, and he came every day, John. He was sincere, polite. Yes, sir, no, sir. You could tell he's from good parents, just like Coach Bells. You could tell he's had good parents as well.
I lost you. I lost your sound, Sean. I cannot hear you.
Teachers and how important they were to our kids' development. And Miss Gales let you know, my daughter, she's off to UCF in the summer, so you did a great job way back when. But Coach Devon, speaking of steps along the way, why don't you tell our fans a brief bio and what steps got you here to Northport High School?
Okay, so I went to Northport High School. I'm a 2013 graduate. I played football here, did track, did competitive weightlifting, did the thing while I was here. Started at USF right away, but I kept coaching football here. I was here for 4 years coaching during Coach Detweiler's time, a little bit of Coach Hatler's time here. Once I had been here for 3 or 4 years, I got recruited by a team in Pinellas County, Pinellas Park. in the middle of St. Pete to go and coach football there. I got a job coaching running backs there. What was originally a 1-year plan to go and coach football in Pinellas for a little bit before coming home turned into a 7-year plan.
Oh, wow.
So I was there for 7 years. I coached almost every position of the offense while I was there. I ended up being the offensive coordinator for the past 3 years. So that kind of led me to my time coming back here.
So you were getting those steps along the way, building up your resume. And what was the final step to get you to Norfolk High School, if I might ask? What got you down here?
So my fiance and I were just starting to look. She got a job in downtown Sarasota. I want to say it was late December. She kind of got the offer to come down and do that, and we felt like it was a perfect time to make the move. Pinellas Park knew that I had been the coordinator for a few years. I was looking for a head coaching job. Knew I was thinking about moving. So she got that job. So I started looking. I was in some conversations with staffs in Sarasota County to move in and join their staffs. And with this job opening up in, I want to say late January, it felt like it was just the right time, and it was a good step to make, and it all worked out.
I know John, he joins a very exclusive club here. We've had a few of them on before. The student Bobcat, the employee Bobcat, and the coaching Bobcat. You're joined. Let's see here. We got Joey Sorbino is one of them.
Yep.
He's still here or not. We had Zach Babbitt was another one here, and our current, of course, Coach Belzer. And then I think our reigning champion is Miss Coach Aspen Davidson. She might be the one who's been here the most in that club. So very exclusive club to be student, coach, and employee here at Norfolk ISL. So John, I think that's kind of a neat thing to point out because we don't have a lot of them in our young.
It is. That's fantastic, actually. And can you kind of give us an overview of what you did at your prior positions as a coach?
So when I was
You're good. I'm just looking.
when I was here, so I started off at the freshman level. I was a position coach. First year, I kind of got thrown into being the offensive coordinator of the freshman team through a couple different circumstances. I stayed here, built myself up to being the head JV coach my last year here. When I made the move to Pinellas County, they brought me in to be the varsity wide receivers coach. And after being there for about 2 or 3 weeks, they moved me to running backs almost right away, which originally I knew nothing about. But being at Pinellas Park and being with Coach Crawford for those first 4 years, and then I can talk about Coach Smith as well, but I learned an immense amount being there with them. I think so. I started there, I want to say 2017 or 2019. All 3 running backs that we had, and we were originally a wing T team, all 3 running backs ended up being Division I players. And
wow.
I could not be happier that I ended up there. I started with the running backs. By year 3, I was doing the running backs and the quarterbacks. Once Coach Crawford retired, Coach Smith took over, and I became his offensive coordinator the first year, mostly by title. I was kind of bouncing around the offense, working with all the different positions. In the last 2 years, I've become the play caller for Coach Smith as well. So I've kind of been through all the positions there, and I mean, I was blessed to end up at Pinellas Park for the last 7.
Awesome. So we ask this question a lot, because we do have a high turnover of coaches, not just football, but other coaches too. But with your experience, what do you look at Northport and think it needs right away?
So right away,
and let's put it this way too. You actually knew Coach Belzer prior to, so you were kind of engaged with this whole football program prior to coming down. Take it from that point of view and kind of tell us what your feel is going to be.
So I think the first thing we need, and I've been in contact with Coach Belzer since he took over the program, so we've seen a little of this come through. I think we need as much alumni support as possible. We talked about it briefly about the alumni that are here. When I went to school here, all we talked about is, we're a new school. And we're to that point now. Next year is the 25th anniversary of our school. We have alumni now. They're out there. All right. There are people that graduated from Northport High School. So we need as much alumni support as possible to kind of get this thing rolling. And I think also, and we've already started this, bringing in as many quality football coaches to surround our kids with as possible. And that's something that when I came in, and the staff previously did an awesome job getting guys in. But we've already got it to the point where we have a full JV staff established and here learning with the varsity staff, ready to roll into the spring or into the summer with our freshmen. We brought in a new defensive coach, I want to say last month now. Coach Hoyt came from Seton Hill University. He's coached Division II football for the last few years. He's going to come in. And then hopefully in June, Coach Blamberg is going to join us as well. And he's been kind of popping around some Hillsborough County schools. He's called an offense in Hillsborough, called a defense, been the assistant head coach. He's going to come in and give us a new kind of sense of life here as well. So I think getting all of these guys in the program and involved in here, I think it's going to help a lot.
You know, you have that influx of influence from new blood, so to speak.
Yeah.
There is some value that comes in from that. Coach Belzer brought that in, and a lot of past coaches did that too. What's your focus on the community?
So the community, I think, and I talk about alumni support. I think it's important that our kids are out in the community and as visible as possible. Last weekend, we were at the tree fair helping set that up, unloading trees for them.
I know Alice White loved that. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I think that we need to get the kids out there and visible and helping the community as much as possible because we're going to ask them for their support. We need to be out there supporting them as well. So we're going to be out there. We're going to be seen as much as possible. We're going to be out there.
John, for a second. When did you step in here, Devon? Like, when was your actual official first day you could talk to the kids and get them going? Because to go from that to volunteering like that, you must have got some good support somewhere as well from, I'm guessing, parents and.
Yeah, so what we have is, so I got the job, I want to say February.
Okay.
I can't even remember the day at this point. I didn't get here first day on campus till April 1st.
Okay.
Today's the 29th.
So you had 4 weeks.
4 weeks, but we've got some great things that Coach Belzer has established in his time here, some connections that were reaching out to us, asking us if we wanted to get out and be at these events. So that was already established to an extent. And then we have a really good core of moms that, since I've gotten here, have been awesome in helping me get everything set up and kind of getting some fundraisers and that going as well. So,
you know, John, I saw Devon unofficially. He wasn't quite titled yet for the first time. I saw you at the youth football tournament.
Yep.
That was not too long ago. That was back during March Madness.
Yeah,
and you were here creeping up and seeing the 8th grade talent coming in from both the Huskies and the junior Bobcat program. Remember that? So
yeah.
You got to see what's coming your way over the summertime. So that was underneath the radar. I had to keep it kind of low there. Remember that?
Yeah, and that was after I got named. I just wasn't moved in down here yet, and I was a Mustang. I played down the street just like every other kid in this town. So I wanted to make sure that I was out there and at least kind of exploring what was going on. And last time I was here, they didn't have spring 8-on-8 football, so I definitely wanted to go and see what it was about and just kind of take a look and see where the community was at.
Well, you know, my co-host here, actually, he's the head guy. I'm going. John Rawlings used to be he talked about 25 years now, right? I want to say we are to the point now where the students back then, they have kids who are old enough to go here now.
Oh, yeah.
And he was here back in the very beginning as the booster president. And part of our show the last 2 years, we have been really harping on parent involvement, joining boosters, volunteering, as much as we can. And John, just basic reporting I've seen, the parents in the football are pretty, they're fanatics of their kid, of course, but they tend to step up quite a bit. Do you have you seen I don't know, any parents in particular that are coming in yet, or is it Miss Noyes helping doing all that?
So Miss Noyes has been fantastic. Miss Noyes helped me get the golf tournament. I think we'll talk about that at some point, but she helped me get the golf tournament launched right away and introduced me. I have Miss Owens, Miss Kadarzi, and Miss Howard have been awesome, meeting with me on a regular basis, and we're trying to continue to kind of build up that group of moms and parents that want to step up and help run these fundraisers and help the kids, help the team out. So they've been awesome, welcoming me in and helped me get started.
And John, that's got to be a much easier position to be in, having all these parents ready to go versus starting from scratch, having to go get parents to get them on board, because we hear so much out of the school of how hard it is to get the parents involved on that. So, yeah.
You know, it's there is something I'm going to kind of lead you into, though. We've got great community relationships with our leadership here in the government, and it's community with unity. I'm wondering if you can build your brand of football around community of unity, and kind of use that line to maybe bring in some citizens that are out there that do have that influence with the kids.
Yeah, and I think that would be awesome for that to be something that we're involved in with as well.
I figured as much. You know, you got a little fire in your belly too, don't you?
Just a little bit.
Yeah. So what's your first plan of attack as a head coach in leading this team? I think, which has also been going in a good direction as far as the wins and coping with the losses differently than we have in the past.
So I think we adopted kid. So I think coming in was kind of bringing the kids all back together. I think they went about a month and a half without a coach. So getting them all back out here together and working together as a group. Right now we have over 60 kids signed up to be out here playing football. We've got, I think, 46 that were out here today, full cleared paperwork, flying around, moving fast. And I think these kids just being back and doing things as a team, including the community service type things, is just going to help us build that culture back up again.
It's a big deal, isn't it?
We're losing because of the rain here. It's actually
right
on top of us.
I heard it. I heard it coming down on the meadow.
Can you still hear us, John, with the rain?
I can.
Okay.
I can.
We finally have microphones at work. I can't figure it out. Coach,
Well,
if you got the AV kids who need some volunteer hours, I can really use some help.
Might have to find a couple.
All right.
Take it over, Sean, because it's hard to hear me with the rain out there.
No, we can hear you. So, Coach, I know you're put you on the spot here. Based on what you've seen, I know it's only been a few days with these kids. You don't have to talk specifics, but what philosophy, because it's hard as a new coach to say, I'm going to try this option offense. What kind of philosophy are you starting to see forming that you'd like to see this team? You can do stages before we get to Moorhaven's game, before we get to August. What phase are you trying to happen here with what you're seeing so far, these kids?
So right now, we're just trying to build the groundwork. And I'm really big on, when we talk about coaching philosophy, we talk about things like that being transformational instead of transactional. So
being transformational to transactional. I'm not as smart as I used to be, Joe. I got to think about that for a minute.
Yeah,
Give an example of that.
So we live in a world where we got kids transferring all over the place, whether it's here, whether it's college, whether it is whatever, just jumping from place to place, looking for the next best thing. We want to be a place where kids can come and they can grow. So we want to see from day one to day two, we want to see progress. And that freshman year to senior year, we want to see them building every year. And that goes for the kids. It goes for the coaches that we bring in here as well. That's the kind of atmosphere that we want to have. So doesn't matter if you're first string, second string, third string, wherever you are, you're going to get coached while you're here. You're going to get better. And when you get your opportunity, then that's going to be your time to shine. And right now we're going out to practice. We're 2 days in. The first day we come out, we're flying around. I'm asking them to move a lot faster than they've moved in the past. We're kind of changing philosophies offensively a little bit. We'll run a lot of the same scheme as we saw last year, but it'll look a lot different with us in the shotgun spread out. So we're asking the kids to move a lot faster. And
Fantastic.
Yesterday to today, you can see the growth was exponential.
Wow.
You had the kids that were coming out here. They knew where to be, what the expectation was, and what the coaches are looking for. And we had a couple different coaches come in today inside and be like, wow, today was a lot better. And it is better. And every day we have to keep continuing to do that.
That's good. John, we can hear you. Go ahead.
All right. So, as you go through this process of transition from the Pinellas area down here, is there a different brand of football you're seeing right now that we have to adapt maybe to differently than what you think we have?
Yeah, so all in all, I do think, I'm a Sarasota County guy, so I can say it. I think that Sarasota County football is a lot better brand of football in general. And that's just from the buy-in from the kids in this county. All right, so you're going to see weight programs that are run much better. My opinion, I think you're going to see offenses and defenses that are much more strategic about how they go about their system. So coming back here, I'm really excited for it. I'm really excited for the competition level. And I think that what we need to do is just continue to build towards it.
So let's talk a little bit about your coaching staff and how you've managed to put them together. And we asked this question because some of these guys we're not even going to know. So
Yeah.
getting to know them along the year is going to be very incremental to a successful program. How did you go around the search, and what's your philosophy with the communication to them?
So as far as the search, we had a few guys that wanted to be here immediately, but we cast a really wide net. I mean, we had guys applying from Virginia. We had somebody from Colorado, Georgia. We got guys all over that were applying to come and be here. So we cast that net, and that goes for Twitter, classifieds, Football Scoop, anything that we could to get the word out. So we were taking a lot of applications from everywhere, interviewing everybody, seeing who's a good fit, who's not. And what we ended up with was a mix of bringing some new guys in, finding a couple more in the community that are already here that are going to step into the program, and then also taking the coaches that are on campus that are good football coaches and keeping them here and having them buy into kind of what is, I don't want to call it a new regime, but a new staff. So Coach Egloff will still be here working with the defense. Coach Egloff is excellent. He's got college football experience. He's the head coach at DeSoto for a while. He's been here. Like I said, we brought in Coach Hoyt to help out on defense as well, Division II coaching experience. Coach Blamberg will be here to work with the defensive backs. He's bumped around a little bit. And then offensively, we have Coach Hamer, who has been here the past couple of years. He'll continue to work with the running backs. We've met a handful of times and been able to kind of take some of my knowledge and take some of his and put it together. And I mean, running backs that was my favorite position for the past 4 or 5 years. So we kind of put him in a really good spot. And then we've got Coach Armstrong, Coach Atkinson, which are both community guys coming in this year to help with the JV, run the JV program. And this is one of my favorite parts because I feel myself sort of coming to full circle now. We have guys like Pat White, Antonio Galan, and Sterling who graduated from the program during Coach Belser's time, which are all back to help and learn the offense and defensive scheme that will all be helping on JV next year as well, helping those freshmen. Yeah,
we talked about it before.
So we've got an awesome group of guys here right now, and like I said, we're continuing to build that, but we're really, really happy with the guys that have been in here.
Fantastic. And how is the 4 weeks that you've been here? How is that relationship bonding right now between athlete and coaches?
So I think that the biggest step forward we see with that is this week. And the reason I say that is because we have our first period weightlifting where the football players come in and lift. But the only coaches they see during that lift are Coach Egloff and myself. So most of these coaches, they come in after school, they get to work with the kids a little bit, but they haven't, especially with me only being here for a full month, only having a full month of kind of real practices. They haven't gotten to be out here. And I didn't mention Coach Ryan because I definitely should, but Coach Ryan's going to join us as well this week because he's been finishing up with boys weightlifting. You guys will talk about that. But this week is the first bonding experience, especially these first 2 or 3 days on the field. It's a lot of individual time, a lot of working with your coaches. And we've met as a staff and talked about who kind of everybody's group is, what the focuses are with those players, whether it's athletic or academics, and just starting to build those relationships. So this week is kind of our first opportunity to start building those.
You know, that team atmosphere, that commitment to each other. Coach Belzer was really good at implementing that strategy and trying to get them to bond together to be more family connected. Same philosophy with you?
Absolutely. And we're going to find that there are philosophy things football wise that me and Coach Belser are different with, but I played with Coach Belser. I know him very well. I think that when it comes to that family atmosphere and that team kind of community atmosphere, we're cut from the same cloth.
Fantastic. So we've got several listeners out there listening to us right now. So if you have any questions, any comments, any welcomes to the community, please post them. I'm sure Coach would love it. I really don't have anything else for you other than wishing you the very best and really tying yourself into a great community, because this community is truly on its way up, and there's a lot of excitement here. And I look forward to hearing the excitement you're going to bring to the football field.
Absolutely. And I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be back. So I really appreciate it.
Fantastic. Go ahead, Sean.
Is Ryan waiting for us? I got a few more questions for Coach here.
I do not see Ryan anywhere.
Okay, we'll keep going here. So, Coach, I got to bring you. I'm the X's and O's guys. As the announcer,
yeah.
I get to see the whole field. By the way, I get the best position. I get to see it all.
You do.
I keep telling everybody it's the best thing in the whole Northport because no one hates me, even the away team likes me. So, you mentioned this off camera a long time ago. How the schedule is a little bit different than last year in terms of degree of difficulty. Can you give us a little foreshadow of what's coming our way this next year?
Yeah, so our schedule going forward is going to be the hardest schedule that Northport's seen in the past 4 or 5 years. We're going to see the return of Sarasota, Braden River, Charlotte's back on there, Sarasota Riverview. Trying to think who else. We're going to have to take a trip down to Golden Gate. So we're going to see a different level of competition than we've seen in the past few years, which is exciting for our kids. And a lot of these kids, they want to put up film. They want to compete. They want to go play these teams and have an opportunity to see how good they are and how they measure up. So it's going to be really exciting.
I got a first comment for you there, Coach.
What's
Tiffany Sauer says, thanks for everything you have done so far for the kids, Coach. Woo.
Tiffany's awesome. She like I said, that group of moms has been critical in me getting started.
Fantastic. It's always nice to get the feel of the family's participation right up front.
Absolutely.
So, fantastic. Go ahead, Brian or Sean.
Yeah, so we're gonna start off spring ball. Let's get to the nitty gritty here. Spring ball, we're going back to Moorhaven. We went there last.
Island Coast.
Oh, Island Coast.
We got Moorhaven, the Classic. I got you.
So Island Coast, is that still a Thursday night?
So it is still a Thursday night. It's the 22nd. Oh yeah, with all the graduations and weird testing and
you're running into graduation itself and all that stuff. So
yeah.
I know John about me covering that game. I'm gonna do my best to get down there. I might only be able to pull a half. I'm not sure, but I'd like to be able to go down for that. So you got Island Coast. That's always a good.
No, that'll be a fun one. Yeah. I think this is only the second or third time our school's ever even played them. So it's going to be exciting. I've never been to that stadium. I've never been to that campus, and it'll be a fun trip for the kids, and then it'll be a good first one.
And then you break for the summer. You do your summer thing, which is, I don't know how high school football does summer anything. That blows me away. I can't handle 5 minutes anymore in that heat. Then you come back. You're going to go to Moorhaven for your Classic. Are they coming here?
The Classic.
We went there last year. Are they coming here?
They should be coming here then.
Okay, there you go. That makes life easy for me. It's a nice drive. It's a nice drive.
No, it's not bad.
It's a nice drive. And then you're up and running, off you go. You even have a Thursday game because of
so we got a Thursday game against Sarasota built into there. Week 1 will be interesting. Parish has been on the up. They've been doing really good things. So we got them week 1.
We've had them 2 years in a row for Parish. And first game was a blowout. Last year was pretty darn close, and it's got a lot better. So Charlotte, of course, that's gonna be a big one for us.
No, Charlotte will be a big one. I love playing Charlotte.
Yeah, why not? We were there last year, so I'm excited to. Again, I hope I can give you an announcer again this year. I love watching both the home and away games, but you're not in a district still, technically.
Yep. So technically, we're not a district for 1 more year.
We're still on that. We're only going to have this season plus maybe they call it a bowl game.
Yeah.
A partnering team, which was a great experience 2 years ago. We missed it by just 1, I believe, this time around. But then after that, your second year as a coach, you are going back to district play and all the FHSAA equations. And do you have that in Pinellas Park? Didn't you have the same thing where you didn't have districts like when you were a kid, when it was home and aways on everybody and all that?
So we had the same thing at Pinellas Park. Yeah. And this will be the last year that we're not in a district. Next year we're going right back in. That's part of the deal with the harder schedule too. The kids want to see where they measure up. They want to compete. They want to go play these teams. And it's going to prepare us for the next year where we are going to district play. Yep. And when we get that opportunity and we can get in the playoffs, we'll be ready.
And your district's pretty rough. I'm gonna lie to you. I peeked ahead.
That district's gonna shake up. They got a new high school opening up down the street, and everybody's numbers will probably shake up with it. So it'll be interesting once that school opens up and the numbers all move around, whether it's for us or Venice, Riverview, Lemon Bay, whoever it is.
So between then and now, you got the hard part of conditioning. Now you were here back when that weight room was a death trap.
Yeah.
Luckily, no one died. We're very grateful for that. What do you think about the new renovation? It's not new. It's been a year now, but compared to you,
new weight room's awesome. We got lots of space in there. It's exciting when the kids are getting in there and getting after it, because we can get so many guys in there now. No, it's an exciting space. They did an awesome job with it.
Yep. And so they'll be off season. They'll just, I forgot how that works. You do helmets and all that in the off season?
So what we got, so once spring football ends, kids will have 2 weeks away.
Okay.
They'll come back. We'll go 3 days a week in June. We'll break for spring break. No helmets. We'll be here. We'll be lifting, getting our outside conditioning in. We'll break for I said spring break.
Summer, yeah.
Yeah, Fourth
okay.
of July week. We'll give them a break, and then we'll hit it back, kind of on the ground running until August, and then
you'll be having the upcoming freshmen come in too as well.
Yeah, so the upcoming freshmen this summer, and I'm really hoping for a big group of freshmen this year. That's really going to lay the groundwork for where we are going forward. I'm hoping that we get between 25 and 30 freshmen coming in.
Excellent.
Play football.
So John, I was kidding with Devon off. I keep saying Devon, Coach Gales. I apologize. It's a young man's sport now. That's a lot of our fans who know football understand this, but a lot of our fans who don't follow football, they might not realize how different the game is now in terms of being a football coach. Because you're not just a football coach. You're recruiting, you're fundraising, you're worried about grades, discipline issues in school. It's so much stuff, and you don't have the funding like people think you do. Yeah. That's a big one right there. They see those. You don't have that kind of income source like a lot of non-football people think we all.
The importance of parents.
What's that?
The importance of parents.
Oh, 100%. That's where that parent and alumni support coming in is really going to help take us to that next level.
Right.
Did you know?
So I just so you know, Sean, I do not have Coach Ryan on.
That's fine. That's fine. We'll get him next time. So, Coach, real quick on this, and I need to get it going. The home crowds these last 3 years. Because I've only started announcing football 3 years ago now. It's my third season. And one of those was Ian, so we only had a few games.
Yep.
I got to be honest, the home crowds, especially the SGA side, they've really cranked up the intensity. The numbers have gone way up. I think you're going to be surprised when you see how big these crowds are. Years past, it was iffy depending on the weather almost. But now it's
a little hit or miss.
It's been pretty consistently solid. Miss Noise and all those guys do a great job. The band is doing a great job. ROTC is doing a great job. Concession, everybody's doing a great job now. So it's like the equation is set. The table's ready, set and ready to go. We just got to get the product on the field, and I hope you enjoy what everybody else is doing around the sport too. It's not just the field stuff; it's everybody else around you. So So, Coach, you got anything you want to say before we let you go? We want to thank you for coming out today.
I don't have much else. Yeah. I do want to go ahead and plug our golf tournament quick. Yes. May 24th, we are golfing at Heron Creek Country Club. On our website, bobcat-football.com, you can go on there and sign up for golf. It's going to come with your 18 holes of golf. You're going to get a golf cart. We're going to feed you. We're going to have a barbecue lunch afterwards. We'll have all kinds of raffles and cool stuff going on. So I'd love to see it, once again, especially our alumni and our parent groups and kind of our community members come out to that golf tournament and have fun. It's going to be May 24th, and it's going to be a good time. So make sure you give us that link. We'll put it on our website. So just fans, if you didn't know that we're not doing the Friday night event, we're going to do straight Saturday only. So Saturday morning. It's gonna be Saturday only. In the past few years, it's been a 2-day thing, and this year we kind of moved it to 1 day just to make it a little bit more affordable for everybody. And like I said, we're still going to have the raffle, silent auction, stuff like that going on. Excellent. At the barbecue after we get off the course. So it's gonna be a good day. All right, Coach Gales, John, you got anything else? I'm gonna let the poor man go. He's got work to do. He's got plans to come up with. No, he's good. All right, Coach, thank you so much. Yeah, good job, man. All right, and that was Coach Devon Gales, his media debut. I hope we didn't do too bad a job there. Sun Sports has been a great sponsor for us. We kind of scooped him a little bit, so we appreciate this. All right, John, if you can hear me, I got a couple more things to say, and I'll be out of here. Did I lose him? His picture's not on here anymore. No, then we might be gone. So, I think you're still. No, I'm here. Oh, never mind. He's back now. Here he goes. So, guys, John, I forgot to mention this. Project graduation is May 30th. That's a Friday night. And again, I mentioned this before why I'm latching onto this. Just like Move Mountains, I found out there's student athletes in that club. Project graduation, it's open to every student, including student athletes. So we're going to have all sorts of. Ryan's having problems with the Zoom link. Oh. I sent him the Zoom link. Okay. So, I sent it once, but it didn't go through, obviously. So I resent it just a minute ago. So it might be joining us in a second, but go ahead with what you got. So we're going to have 2 more fundraisers coming up for Project Graduation. And we want to thank, believe it or not, Luigi's Pizza in Port Charlotte, which is like not even half a mile from where I work. One of the owner's kids goes to Northport High School. I don't know the name offhand. He's doing a really nice thing for us. It's on Saturdays, the next 2 Saturdays, during lunchtime.
they're going to do a donation where they bring money back to the project graduation. So if you're in the area, I'll get a flyer for that as soon as I can. Luigi, thank you. I know it's not even your school area. We do appreciate you helping out with project graduation. We are still looking for sponsors, business partners. They're looking for money, food, especially gifts for. We want to have every senior graduate that goes there that night to walk out with some nice little prize there. So they won't be graduates anymore. They'll be, or no, they are graduates. They're no longer seniors. So
I got a question for you, Sean.
Do I?
We'll see if we can give Coach Ryan a couple minutes extra to jump on.
While we're at it, John, I got to do a shout. Speaking of Northport High School alumni,
there you go.
Great job Monday with one of our most visible alumni. That's Devon Gales. And he mentioned it quite a bit. He hires quite a bit of these Northport High School students.
Yes, he does.
May 10th. May 10th's the big one. They're going to have free pool day and the ride, not just the pool. I don't know the hours of it. I'll post it again. But it's all about what you had talked about Monday. You're very adamant about the anti-drowning campaigns. So
yes.
Thank you for doing that episode. You can speak something about Devon helping us out. He's everywhere. He's on the SAC committee. Not only Northport High School, he's on the SAC committee of Woodland Middle. He's all over the place. So kudos to him for stepping up and being a big-time alumni here in this town. So a great episode on Monday as well.
Absolutely. And I just texted Coach Ryan again to see if he got it, but so far not an answer back.
Well, I've got a quick cameo here right behind me. Hey, Damian, come here for a second. 2 seconds, Coach. You're gonna love this one. You're gonna love this surprise. I'm gonna go say hi to. Oh, I thought you were the fastest kid in school. All right, I'm gonna stay on the fence here. We are live right now. Actually, I'm gonna get a microphone. Eamon, how you doing today?
Good. How are you?
All right. Hang on a second, John. John, talk to me for a second. Say hello for a minute.
Hello.
Can you hear that?
No, he's not on, but just speak up.
Here, take mine. I can speak real loud. Try that one. Say it again.
Hello.
Yep. Go ahead.
All right. So, John, as we're waiting for Coach Ryan here, I have a nice surprise here. I'm going to bug you for just a minute. I know you got to warm up here. Damian Howard, I'm hearing you were the male athlete of the year this year at last night's ceremony.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Congratulations. I'm glad I could see you one more time. I wish I could do that. How does that feel? Did you know it was coming?
Part of me said it did, but I kind of just tuned it out.
Was it a surprise, or did they tell you ahead of time?
Yeah, it was a surprise.
That's awesome. So, Dave, why don't you tell everybody real quick, what are you doing here today? There's a reason why you're here. You're not done with Norfolk High School, are you?
No.
What do you have going on here?
I'm practicing for regionals this Saturday for the 100 and the 200.
Yeah. And people might not know this. You had the school records, I believe, in both of those. Is
Yes,
that correct?
sir. Yeah.
And you did. I think your dad told me you were doing Junior Olympics at one time in the
Yeah.
off season.
Over the summer.
So this is your passion.
Yeah, I love track.
You love track. Are you thinking of maybe doing it to some level next year? Do you have any?
Definitely.
It's like, I don't know if they have like city teams. I know the big cities have city teams. I don't know if
Yeah.
you're doing college level. Have you?
Probably college level.
Oh, that's fantastic. All right. So what are you looking for? It's 2 weeks, right? It's not this week. It's next week.
It's this weekend.
Oh, that was. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah.
That's right. Regional this week and states after. That's
States,
right.
Yeah.
So, David, do you know that we've had state representatives for like the last 20-something years? You were part of that last year, weren't you? Weren't you in the States?
I was.
That's
Yeah,
right.
So,
So, John, we've already got a seasoned pro right here. He knows what it takes.
Nice.
In the States. Yeah. So.
And I got Coach Ryan on.
All right. Well, David, thank you for coming on here. I'm so proud of you. I want to say hi to your dad. I know he's camera shy. Mr. Howard, congratulations, man. That's fantastic. Thank you, man. So, John, I've known them through basketball the last couple of years. Very nice people, excellent family there. So, huge congratulations on them winning that honor last night. All right, Coach Ryan, how you doing, sir? Nope. John, can you hear me? I got two Johns. Coach Ryan and John Rawlings, either one.
Ryan's not coming through. Coach Ryan, you're not coming through. No sound. I got a great picture. No sound. All right. Happens. You want to try to, we can hit you next week. Where you want us to hit you next week? Give a thumbs up if that's okay. All right. We'll get him on next week,
right,
Sean.
right.
We'll double check him.
Well,
Okay?
guys, I want to thank you for joining us again. That was a nice
Thanks,
surprise
Coach Ryan. I
episode
appreciate your help and your effort.
All right. Again, thank you guys so much. Again, I appreciate this. We're going to get you next week. We're going to be going back to our youth programs that feed into Northport High School. We're going to go to one of my favorite places in the city. That's Naramar Soccer Complex. They are going to have their tryouts for their rec and competitive teams. That includes their 8th grade teams that are going to come into our very successful soccer program here. So on behalf of everyone involved, Bobcat Blitz Sports Update, I'm out of here. Thank you, John, for letting me come on today. This is a great episode. I'm so glad we saw Coach Gales today and gave him his chance to present himself to the public out there.
Give Coach Ryan a quick call and get set it up for next week.
Okay, we'll do.